Carissa Roy with Backstage Entertainment. We are hanging out with Kevin of Trust Company here at First Ave, Minnesota. We've got a show going on tonight. Super excited to have you boys with.
Thank you very much.
Very awesome.
Happy to be here. It's been a long time. It's been a while since we've been in Minnesota.
It has been.
It's been a little while.
We've been waiting.
And my wife is from Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she's got some friends we put on the list tonight, but she's not here. She just called in and said, "Can you put some friends on the list?"
Oh, that's so super sweet.
Yeah.
And is she still in Minnesota
No,
then?
we live in Alabama now.
Okay, because usually once in Minnesota, you stay in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what she says. She says a lot of people stay there, but she's kind of like me. The cold weather is just like... Actually, right when she graduated from high school, she moved to Atlanta to go to school.
Okay.
And then once she got used to that warm weather, she's like, I can't go back to cold.
Yeah,
But she still loves it up here. We come and visit all the time.
It's nice to visit.
Yeah.
Nice to leave, though.
It's nice to visit in the summer.
Exactly.
Because we're from Alabama, we don't know how to drive in the snow. We're driving like 15 miles an hour and like just scared to death, and people are behind us honking. We're like, dude, I don't know how to drive in this stuff.
I don't think some people know how to drive here either, though.
I've heard that too.
But I'm sure your wife is lovely, but we did not come to talk about her. I want to talk about you guys.
Okay.
As far as your name, here at Backstage Entertainment, we always like to know where the name is based off of. I know you guys had a first band, 41 Down.
41 Down.
That went on to being replaced because you didn't want to be confused, I guess.
With some, we didn't want to be confused with Sum 41. At the time that we first got signed, they had a huge single on the radio. And at first, we were just going to go with it anyway because we had been 41 Down for years, and that's just what we felt like we were, and it felt strange to change the name. And even the label was cool. They were like, no, we'll just keep it. But as we were recording the record and people were starting to talk about us, and we were starting to get like just our first little bit of press, almost every single person confused us with them. And everyone would say like, what's that new Sum 41 band? And we saw really early on like this could be a problem, and we didn't want to be confused with another band all the time. We wanted to make sure that we were known for who we were. So very painfully, we changed it.
Now, how did you come up with Trust Company then?
It was a long, brutal, painful process. Anyone that's in a band knows that almost the hardest thing about playing in a band, it seems like, is when trying to agree on a name. And to be completely honest with you, I hated Trust Company when it was first coming around. We had lists of names and pieces of paper and everything, and actually Trust was on one list and Company was on another list, and we got to that point where people were starting to try to put names together, and then it basically came under Trust Company because of someone was talking about how trust is like the foundation for not the foundation for life, so to speak, but foundation for friendship, foundation for business, foundation for almost anything. And it just didn't sound like any other band name. It seemed like so many of the names on our list were like just those jagged something, or everyone was trying to have these cool edgy names, and Trust Company sounded really weird at first, and everyone was like, I like it because it's just different. And I was like, I don't know about it. But at the end of the day, we just went with it because we were so brutally tired of trying to find a new name. And it was a little bit different. So until everybody came up and said, no, it's the same thing as a bank. I'm like, oh. That never came up in conversation once. So it just came from a painful process of trying to replace a name that we had had for years.
And it works.
It works. It feels right now. It feels like that's our name now. It feels like that's who we are, because we've had that for like 10 years. So
yeah, you've been around for a while.
It's been a long ride.
Yeah.
Long ride. The drummer and I have actually been playing together for this year will be 17 years.
Wow.
So it's been a long ride for us. But
wow. And everyone's such baby faces.
I know we always get that. I still get carded for a beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it at this point, but
exactly. Once the years start to go.
Yeah. I was like, I'll be 37 this year. If you want to card me, I'm like, please
wow,
do.
37. Good for you.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But my knees are starting to feel like it. That's the problem. We're starting to break down, but we're having fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Your new album that's out?
Dreaming in Black and White.
Yes. Love that.
Thank you.
You have your new, it's a little bit different, obviously, than your previous ones.
Right.
People are saying a little bit more clean sounding, I guess, or true Trust Company-ish,
Right.
I guess I'm trying to go back. It's a cumulative, can't say big words today, unfortunately. I've heard, that it's songs that you guys have had from your past,
Some of them are
incorporating into the new sound, or your newer ones.
Right.
How did that come about? Did you guys just have a collections that you just wanted to add on, or?
Well, the oldest stuff is we have stuff that was as far back. Our last record was released in 2005, and so it's been almost 6 years since we put a record out. And some of the songs were written as far back as 2005, like right when we came out of the studio, and we did a couple of tours. On those tours, we were writing music before we broke up for a little while and called it a day. So we had when we got back together and started playing again, we had these songs from way back then, and then we first got together and started playing again in 2007. So we started writing some more stuff then. So we kind of have music that's as far back as 2005, 2007, and we kept writing all the way up until like a month before we went to the studio. We had a couple of songs that actually made the record. So it just covered a wide span of time for us, which was good because we really felt on our second record that it was just super rushed.
Yeah.
We were not expecting to go back in the studio when we did, because what a lot of people don't realize is that record came out in 2005, but we recorded like 90% of that record in 2003.
Okay.
And then there was a long break of the label trying to find the right single and that whole thing, the whole politics to go with it. So it had been a really long time since we put a record out.
Yeah.
But it felt good again. It felt like we had some time. When we were writing almost all of it, we weren't on a label. We were just doing it for ourselves, and we were playing shows in this van, and we were just having fun again. So it kind of brought out these emotions that you have when you first start playing and first start writing. Just you're not worried about the big machine over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Checking out if you have a single or not. We were just doing it for fun again. So the whole process was like a breath of fresh air.
Very creative, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. Because like I said, I make no secret back. The second record was a nightmare for us.
Yeah.
So it felt good to kind of have fun again, playing and
Back
writing.
to
Yeah, it felt
the
good
love
again.
of music.
Yep.
Exactly. And with that, you guys had, in fact, I have it right here. They were that nice that they were giving out free music
Right.
a couple years ago.
Right.
This wasn't released.
It wasn't released, so we had all these songs that weren't released. That some people on our MySpace or Facebook had heard about certain titles, but it wasn't released stuff. So we just decided to let people hear it.
This is how cool they are. They didn't ask for money for their music.
No, we were just like, here, we just burned it on a CD and gave it to people. We couldn't really sell it, so we were just like, here's the music if you want to, because you write these songs, and even though a lot of those songs on there weren't done in a big studio, they were just demos that we did like at home. What
is one of your favorite maybe eateries along the road? Is there a place that you look forward to when you're on the road?
It's funny you said that, because we just ate at a place connected to First Ave. I'm not sure what it's called. You can actually walk straight through, and they just fed us.
I think I need to come to First Ave more. I live here for the shows, but I'm not a downtown girl for the most part.
Well, they have this burgers. I guess it's called an Inside Out burger. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's the burger, and cheese and bacon is inside the meat, and the fries were like home cut, like they make their own fries and everything. So you bite into it, and the cheese and the bacon's inside, and it's.
Oh, it sounds like it's our Juicy Lucy's. I'm trying to remember.
She said something about that. She said that might have been a local thing. We'd never heard of it.
Yep.
Yeah. So for us, that was the first. I've never bitten into a burger and had cheese and
all the flavors.
And it's inside. So our drummer, he took a picture of us eating it, because we're like, eating like kings today. We're not eating old pizza. So yeah. So now this will definitely be a memory of an eatery. It's connected,
cool.
and it's our first experience with
the Juicy
you call
Lucy.
it Juicy Lucy?
Yep.
Juicy
Trust
Lucy.
Company loves our Juicy Lucy's.
That's right.
I can't say the words. Well, now that actually goes into another question, because it sounds like a good addiction for you. Any guilty addictions? I'm a Starbucks lover. I have to go out and go for that, or sushi. There's something about it.
We're huge sushi fans. Usually depends on our budget, but at least once or twice a tour we're going to spring for an all-out night at sushi, and we're going to go to the hibachi part, because I want to see the dudes juggle knives.
Fun.
I want them to catch pepper shakers in their hat or whatever they do.
Yep.
I want the whole thing. Yeah, we love sushi, so we're going to go out for that at least.
I should have
once
brought
a tour.
some. I serve sushi.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
For a time.
Oh my gosh. A lot of times, when we're back home, we'll get together as a band sometimes and just have one big night out.
Yeah.
And we always go to a big hibachi sushi place and just order, they bring it out on the big boats, and it's just and then the guys are juggling. That's one of our favorite things to do.
Fun.
Is find sushi places, And my other addiction is gum. I'm addicted to gum.
Gum.
I sing with gum in my mouth every night.
Really?
Yeah. It was weird because it started out in 2002 when I was on Warped Tour. I had a sore throat, which is like, the bane of your existence if you're a singer. And I had a little bit of a cough, so I was taking Halls all day. And it was just kind of keeping my mouth and my throat like moisturized and stuff. So I was like, I think I'm going to go on stage with it, because as soon as I took the Halls out, it felt like my whole throat dried up. So I went on stage with the Halls, and in the middle of the song, I took a breath and I choked on it on stage. So I'm sitting here choking with Halls on stage, and I finally got it out, and I panicked. So I replaced it with gum to keep everything going.
Yeah.
And so for 10 years, I've been singing with gum.
Wow.
Now I think it's a mental thing now.
Yeah.
I need my gum. I feel like I'm good.
That's pretty talented to be able to sing. Have you ever spit it out at
No, but
somebody?
I swear I've swallowed 200 pieces of gum. Because I still, every once in a while, you'll take a breath and it'll go, but gum just goes right down. So at one time I was like, do you think I can, die from swallowing 200? You ever heard that thing, gum doesn't
7 years or
Yeah,
something?
7 years. I'm like, good Lord, I have 200 pieces of gum in me for 7 years. But yeah, I've swallowed 1 million pieces of gum. That's like if we're about to play and I can't find my gum, I'll go, oh my God, my gum, it's my gum, It's like my pre-show ritual. I gotta have my gum.
Do you have a certain flavor that you like?
We switch it up, and
Yeah.
we just got because Jason, he's jumped on the bandwagon now. Our drummer, he chews gum now too at every show. So we're like the gum buddies now. And he just got some kind of a cinnamon flavor, and today we were just talking, I'm not digging the cinnamon flavor, So, but we switch it up. It doesn't matter as long as it's something to chew on.
So we have some gum addictions.
Gum
which is
addictions.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where exactly can we go to find out some information on Trust Company?
We have the usual suspects, the Trust Company Facebook, but we just put up, and this is a work in progress, because James and I, the guitar player, decided we're going to build our own website. We're going to do this ourselves, and so we just put up a website, and it's trustcompany.band.net, and so we're in the process of building it, and we're not really professional website builders, so it's in the stages of
It's a work.
Yeah, but you can find tour dates, and we've actually put it up. We put up blog posts almost daily, 2 or 3 times a week. So we'll say we're in this city, and we'll take pictures and say this is where we're at. We're doing this. Like tonight, we'll show pictures of the Juicy Lucy and stuff.
Very
so
cool.
trustcompany.band.net.
Nice way to keep your fans connected.
Yep.
Very
And
cool.
it just went up like maybe 2 days ago.
Wow.
So-
Wow. So very brand new.
Very, very brand new. Yeah.
Check that out. In fact, you guys should go buy their album, Dreaming in Black and White. Request a new single, Heart in My Hands. I was going to say Heart in Your Hands.
Yeah.
But Heart in
I've
My
actually
Hands.
messed that up before too, and I wrote the dang song.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for talking. to me.
Very, very much.
I
It was
appreciate
a
it.
pleasure.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Love Kevin. Love Trust Company. Go check them out.
Close your